What we're going to go now to, the next place, is our top priority, because we're going to talk some extensions here. And to do that, we got to go to Cleveland. We're going to go to the land, all right? Because, look, there have been a number of players to exit Cleveland's organization in recent years. Many of them notable, the most recent being Francisco Lindor. So you can look at it for what's gone, or you can look at what is still there, and there's still a lot of talent, especially in the pitching staff, and then maybe there's just more money to throw at those guys. Chief among them, one Shane Bieber. Of course, we have seen him ascend to dominance and prominence in the American League and in all of Major League Baseball, Kev. And according to Paul Hoynes, who covers Cleveland for Cleveland.com, Shane Bieber says the Indians have not talked to him about an extension, but he's willing to listen, and in fact, he sounded excited about the prospect. What should happen here in Cleveland now?
Well, it's interesting because they set this bar back in the day with the Manny Ramirez and the Bartolo Colons and those kind of guys. Signed them early when Johnny Hart was in that organization. So it's a unique scene because when you get a few days in the big leagues, you sign them to this little $12 million deal. You show a little carrot in their face, and they did a good job of doing that back in the day. Now you're in a situation, though, this is where the advantage team takes over. Bieber really has no say-so in this. It would be a great gesture for the Indians to say, yes, here you go, Mr. Biebs, and let's see what we can do. And if something works out, great. But this is the one advantage that they do have, is that he's there through 2024 if all plays out and you go to arbitration. But this is a start. This is a start. And I don't want to throw that out there too easily because I think we do, with a good year. But one thing about Shane is he strikes out players. He strikes guys out. And this guy dominated last year, and his 2019 year was solid. So this is one of those unique things. It'll be interesting because they're not spending money. We know that. And I don't know which way they go. I think they just got to wait this out.
Look, he turns 26 at the end of this spring, in May, in fact, and he's under club control through 2024. So if you're looking at it from an organizational perspective, especially this organization, you're thinking, okay, well, there's not going to be any movement until they move him with a year or two left of club control. And I hate that it's that way. Look, I wish Rosie was still in the seat because he could provide the perspective of those who root for Cleveland. But we have one of our MVPs in Mark Matcham, and he sounds the same way. Matchy, hopefully I'm depicting your feelings the right way, but this would seem to be a guy that you should want to lock up long term. But then it seems like the answer in Cleveland is they don't lock anybody up long term.
Yeah, and it's which direction they're going to be in. Right now, you're in a real rebuilding stage. I mean, this isn't the Indians, I don't think, of the last few years that we're trying to compete and win this division. Right now, you are in a rebuilding stage. Doesn't mean that you're throwing all the cards in. You're just going to need some serious career years with other players. And, Shane's case, right now, all he has to do is be who he is, period. He's going to make a ton of money in the game, whether it's with the Indians, whether it's an extension, or whether he hits free agency. But he just needs to keep being who he is. But it's an interesting conversation because I think the advantage right now is they can kind of wait this out for at least a year or two and see where they're at.
Yeah, and for whatever he's been doing, keep doing that because he got you the Cy Young in unanimous fashion a year ago for Shane Bieber.